everyone, and welcome to another Lost in Translation podcast. My name is Mali.
I'm Quinche.
And today we're doing a little bit of cooking. I've got the chicken going. I'm going to start with the chicken now. And you're doing the important chopping of the vegetables. Mm-hmm. But we have the thing that we need to talk about because there's a difference in how we eat. That doesn't make you untrustworthy. It doesn't make you a bad person. It's just that there's a slight difference. We get to embrace and learn about,
Right. We get to find each other in the translation of our foods.
Right. So it might be a little bit lost now, but we're going to translate that very easily for you today in this show. So, let's get started. The question at hand is, when you do tuna and mayonnaise, how do you make it?
Well, first of all, we don't call it tuna and mayonnaise. Well, we're making tuna fish sandwiches. So we'll have the canned tuna, right? Mm-hmm. And I will chop an onion in it and add your mayo, add a little bit of yellow mustard, and a boiled egg, and some relish, some sweet pickle relish, salt and pepper, and Bob's your uncle. You mix it up, and then you put it on toasted bread, and that's how we make our tuna fish.
My biggest concern about that is sandwiches is not a big thing for me. Like, I used to make sandwiches when I was, 15, 16, maybe I'll have a sandwich. But after a while, you grow out of that. You have rice, you have potatoes instead. This idea of having sandwiches as your food, that is kind of like quite a European construct, as far as I understand it.
So a sandwich, first of all, a sandwich is hilarious. A sandwich, or in the South we call them sandwiches, like that's lunch food to us. So that's not necessarily something that we would have or we would just think of as children. Now there's children's sandwiches like peanut butter jelly, and we would have, or like tuna fish. Tuna fish is a children's sandwich to us. Or in the for breakfast we would have like a breakfast sandwich, like bacon, egg, and cheese, right? But we normally don't have sandwiches for dinner unless it's like a football game or something like that. We'll get like a big sub or heroes, depending on where you are in the country, or like cheesesteak or something like that. You could have that, but that's like a special occasion. We normally don't eat that for dinner.
I don't have a sandwich for breakfast.
You wouldn't have a sandwich for breakfast?
No, you wouldn't have a sandwich for breakfast.
So then we're talking into breakfast, right? Because when we have our bacon, egg, and cheese, that's a sandwich. Or you have it on a bagel, or you have it on a biscuit. It's, oh my God. So when I lived in Georgia, there was this place in Kennesaw that was called Martin's. And Martin's used to be this little hole in the wall, and they would have lines that were down the block around the corner. Because as soon as they opened, they had cat head biscuits.
Cat head biscuits?
It's a cat head biscuit. So
why would you eat something called cat head?
Because it's the size of a cat's head. So the biscuit is that big.
That's a ridiculous reason to call it a cat head biscuit. Had to stop the video because, according to Google, the original origins of the name are lost to time, but it says an old Appalachian favorite. Okay, so this is pre-colonial. It's a pre-colonial name given to that type of biscuit. And baseball doesn't start till 1869 with the Cincinnati Baseball Club, called the Cincinnati Red Stockings. So it's not that ridiculous a name, and it's not even an American name. It comes from pre-colonial America. Okay, back to the video.
But you would have, you would either have it with sausage, or you would have bacon, egg, and cheese. And when I tell you that thing was some good eating, baby, you would eat that and you'd be full until lunchtime. And then you can have fries with your lunch, or you would have like, but we didn't really have rice with the lunch unless it was like Chinese food. But to have rice for lunch, that's an African thing for real. Cause then you'd be full all day. Like you'd be full and sluggish come 3 o'clock. So what you gonna eat at dinner? Dinner is like 6. So if you didn't already have rice, you didn't fill up on potatoes, aside from fries, because we don't really consider it. Even though
fries is the same thing as rice. It's the same stuff. It's a carbohydrate.
Right. Well, you can have fries with lunch. We don't really have fries for dinner. What were we talking about?
Do you have cheese in your tuna? The tuna
No.
relish?
Not at all.
You don't have cheese?
No, I can't stand fish and cheese. Like even when you have a fried fish sandwich, I don't put cheese on it. And there's some people who do, and I look I'm crazy. But no, I don't like that. I don't really like cheese on chicken either, unless it's like an Italian dish. But like, you know how some people they have you're familiar with Chick-fil-A. Like you've had Chick-fil-A before, right?
I've never had it, no.
What?
I've never had it.
That whole time you was in America, you never had a Chick-fil-A?
Never had a Chick-fil-A.
Oh, honey. You was missing out.
In
the comments, tell him how he was missing out on that number one.
I doubt it.
Oh my God. Chick-fil-A is so good, babe. It's so good. First of all, they brine it in pickle juice. It's a big old, like, thick chicken breast. It's good. Well, it was good. The last time I went back to America, this food tastes like chemicals and trash.
Why are your chickens so big in America?
I mean, because they put hormones in it. I never had as small chickens as I have here in Africa. Like, y'all, these chicken wings will piss you smooth off. Ooh, they'll piss you off so bad. Like, we are so used to big chicken wings at home. Like, when you've been here and you've been eating chicken for a while and you go back home, it looks like buzzard wings. They look like buzzard wings. They are so big. But here they so skinny and they just look immature.
Here's the natural size of the chicken.
Probably.
I don't know what they do over there. I remember when I used to live over there and we used to have a meat delivery man.
Okay.
Right? And he would be like, here's the chicken. Mm-hmm. And the chicken leg would be bigger than my arm. I'm like, what is this? Like,
don't you want to see what the rest of that bird look like? That bird must be
it's a dinosaur.
Exactly.
I don't understand it. But yeah, a big bone of contention. Now I have sweet corn when I'm having inside my tuna mayonnaise. So if I'm having, like, for example, a baked potato, or I'm doing a sandwich, as you call it, then
I don't like how you say it. You put too much Mitch on that sandwich. Anyway, go on. I'm listening.
Yeah, so I would put sweet corn in there as well.
What do you mean baked potato? So you put tuna on your baked potato?
Yeah, baked potato, tuna mayonnaise, sweet corn.
What? Look at my face. Listen.
Don't be sad.
I'm not sad. I don't think sad is the correct emotion that you're reading in me. Boy. So all of this started yesterday, y'all, because my love is so sweet. He's so sweet. So I woke up and it was a little late. So he asked me if I was hungry and I told him yes. So he bought me a tuna fish sandwich. It was good. It was nice. It was he don't do it like I do it with the sweet relish, but it's fine. And it was toasted. So I was like, okay, let's see what we got going on, right? Because some things we got to talk about, because the way he make it and the way I make it ain't how I would make it. So I started to eat, and he was like, yeah, it would have been so much better if I had sweet corn, but we're out. And I paused for a second. I almost fucking cut my finger off.
Did you just use a curse word?
Oh, I'm sorry. But the knife was involved. I'm sorry. Y'all excuse me. Lord forgive me. Stuff a lot.
In all the religions. Lord Jesus, that's the Allah.
I will talk about that in a minute, because I mean, listen, I don't care how long you've been a revert. If you slip and fall and almost bunch your hump, you gonna call Jesus. You finna call Jesus, because if I'm falling, child, I will look to the hills from what cometh my help in a heartbeat, and I forgot that I chose a different path. Anyway, so he brings me this sandwich, and I'm eating the sandwich, and I'm like halfway through it, and he was like, well, if we had corn, it would have been better. I said, corn? He says, yes, sweet corn. I said, canned corn? He's like, yeah, of course. Child, I said, man, I love you to death, God knows I do, but if you put corn in my tuna fish sandwich, I'm going to swing on you. I'm going to be a whole American black woman, and I'm going to swing on you. So he looked at me like I was crazy, and he was just like, what is what you like? He was like, this is good eating. Like, what do you mean? Americans don't know nothing about this. He said there are millions of people who eat.
Around the world.
Around the world, he said.
There's literally like billions of people who eat sweet corn with tuna. Literally.
I don't know about billions.
We had a woman who messaged us on Facebook. She's from Mexico. She says she has tuna. She mixes it with sweet corn, pepper, onions, jalapeno, right?
Yep. Shout out to CC in Arizona. We love you.
We got Mexico. So it's like there's people from different parts of the world who will see this as a good combination. And the only place they don't have it as a good combination is in that small country called America.
We're not small.
You're small. You're the size of Nigeria. You're tiny. You're a small island. A small country called America, and then in the small part of the corner, down south. And I'm in down south, only the black people, we don't have corn. And it's weird that anyone has it. No.
We have corn. We eat corn, but we just don't eat corn in our tuna fish.
I know, I understand that. But to be like everyone else is wrong and you're right, it's weird to me.
I just felt that it was extra disgusting. So we decided that we was going to take the conversation outside of our bedroom, right? And I said, all right, no problem. Let's put it out to our people on the Facebook. Let's see what they're saying on the Facebook. So I put it out, and I put it out there, and so many of my people, shout out to my tribe, yes, Queen loves you, but they were instantly offended. Like, they were instantly offended. They were just like, oh, no, I gotta see you. Like, we gotta step outside for a second, bro, because if you put corn in my tuna fish, and I bite into tuna fish expecting it to be tuna fishy, and I bite into corn, oh, we fighting. That's it. That's
Harmony, it. Me and you, Harmony. Me and you, right? Jana, we are not friends.
So what ended up happening is that I put it on my page, it blew up. And then he puts it on his page, and it blows up. And because most of the people who read his page they're Caribbean, they're British, they're from Canada, he has a more international crowd. Like, my people, I still got my Southern folk that check in on me, that's living vicariously through my African experience, and that's wonderful. But they're not global minded, yeah? So when we had, when it was brought to them, they were just like, what? Huh? Where they do that at? And the people on his end were just like, look at your phone. You got 15% of that battery. People on his end were just like, yes, of course. Like, this is how we do it. Like, your Caribbean people were just like, and hot pepper sauce, and scotch bonnet, and, all these other things that went inside the tuna fish. And I ended up looking at his page like, who are these people and what are they eating?
No, I think it's weird because it's like, it's not a Caribbean thing.
It's not yes. I've had some Caribbeans. I had some Jamaicans that checked in that said hail to the gnaw.
Yeah.
I had some Guyanese that checked in that said, that ain't it.
No. It's something that's from the UK. Something from the UK particularly.
Yeah.
So it's like something where we've kind of had to mix and blend. We're going to put in sweet corn in our tuna. So, it's not ideal, but it works. It tastes good. That's all I'm trying to say. And everyone's acting like as though, I'm the crazy guy.
Right.
But what it is, what it is. But what do you do? Do me a favor, please. Put a comment, okay? So if you take sweet corn, if you do or would have sweet corn in your tuna mayonnaise, write the word sweet corn. You know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about YouTube doesn't count it as a comment unless it's more than five letters. So put sweet corn.
So you try it.
Don't put things thumbs up. It doesn't count a thumbs up. Put the word sweet corn. Okay.
Right. And
if
you wouldn't,
don't,
hell to the no.
Hell no. And maybe we'll see where this conversation takes us.
Right. In the meantime, we're actually making Nigerian jollof today. Neither of us are Nigerian, so that's another thing that's like lost and found in translation.
Shout out to Phoenix and Temple.
Shout out to Phoenix and Temple.
Yeah.
Our Nigerian friends. So we're about to make this food. It's about to be delicious. Now we're in Senegal, which is the home of Chebujin, and Chebujin is the original Jollof Wolof. Wolof Jollof.
Well, there's Jollof people and there's Wolof people. So I think Jollof is a...
No.
Rice.
The food itself is Jollof. It's Jollof rice. Right, but it's made by the Wolof people.
There you go.
Which is Senegalese. But I don't know how to make that yet. I'm still learning. But I do know how to make Nigerian Jollof. That's fine. We're down here with this one. So we are going to finish this up. I'm gonna put a couple videos. Is that cool? A couple videos to see it all the way through, and we'll come back with you once we're sitting and munching on it.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
So thank you so much for joining us. We love you as always, out loud and on purpose. And this has been the Lost and Found in Translation podcast.
Take care, people. Peace. Cheers.
Peace.